Today, we mark 3 decades of celebrating the preeminent voices of independent cinema. The best and the brightest of indie film are all gathered under one tent to honor the top films and performances of the year. Our hosts, Kristen and Fred Armisen, are backstage and ready to start the show.
How did we end up here? Hosting the Spirit Awards. Smells like balls. Big, hairy, independent balls. You used to be Prince, man.
Hey, the show starts in 1 minute and everything's going to hell. Kristen is losing it, man. I need your help. And you're floating around like a weightless Buddha, which is part of your process. I totally get it. But I need you to get her in line.
How? I asked you not to bother me when I'm levitating. That's how Houdini died.
Sorry, but Kristen is freaking out. Come on!
All right. Just explain to me what the problem is. We're supposed to be out on stage.
I don't know. She's not acting like herself.
Well, I mean, isn't that what you call being an actress? Hey, why aren't you ready? We have an important show we've got to host.
This isn't important. It's an award show during the day. It's in a circus tent.
Well, it's important to me. Independent film can change an actor's life. You know, Richard Linklater's gonna be sitting like 5 feet away from us. I'm up for his next movie, Manhood. That's like 2 weeks' work for the next 28 years.
Give me a break, Fred. You're doing this because, like the rest of us, you're afraid you don't matter.
I'm afraid that I don't matter? What? Matter? Me? Afraid? What? Me? What?
Yeah, you don't. And none of it does, okay? Because everyone out there is already super drunk because the liquor sponsors put bottles of tequila on the table that all the guests drink from freely 2 hours before the ceremony begins.
Do you know who you're talking to? I can move things with my mind.
It does that on its own. You are so out of touch. And what is that damn drumming?
Oh, that's just for added tension. It's like an effect.
I don't care what it's for. It's driving me crazy and it needs to stop. Would you please shut the hell up?
Look, I gotta practice or my teacher's literally gonna kill me.
Well, what's happening? Are you rushing or dragging?
What?
I said, are you rushing or dragging? Ow! Just slap me. Why?
Because I love Portlandia and you only make 10 shows a year, you lazy bastard.
Wow. Why did you slap me?
Oh, I don't know what just happened.
All right, I lost my place.
Sorry.
Can we please cut?
No. You say please cut? No one says please cut. This is all one shot. The whole thing is one shot. All right, everyone, back to Uno.
No, you don't have to go back to Uno. Why don't we just do a 2-shot like this and then just come up from behind,
Yeah, or
right?
start wide, just pop in, maybe cowboy or French overs.
You guys all know the terminology, huh? You guys are all actors, huh? What does it say?
El director.
El directoro, right? What's your shirt say, huh?
My shirt?
Yeah.
I don't think it says anything. Ow!
Oh, did we get that? Did we get it? Si. Hey, we got it! Mwah. All right, have a good show, everybody.
Okay.
Come on!
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts for the Spirit Awards, Fred Armisen and Kristen Bell.
Thank you. Welcome to the 2015 Film Independent Spirit Awards.
Some amazing movies and the artists who made them.
Watching this year's top indie films made me realize this really is the new golden age of television.
That's right. And it is a special day because the show is 30 years old. Coincidentally, that's the age when most independent filmmakers move back in with their parents.
Eller Coltrane, the wonderful kid from Boyhood, is here. Why don't you stand up and take a bow, Eller? Really grows so fast.
Congratulations to Whiplash writer-director Damien Chazelle. He did something that no one has ever done before. He made jazz interesting for people who aren't on heroin.
And how about Julianne Moore's performance in Still Alice? Incredible, right? Let's give her a big hand. Also, how about Julianne Moore's performance in Still Alice? Incredible, right? Let's give her a big hand.
So many movies this year dealt with tragedy. There was, of course, Selma, which dealt with the loss of life during the Civil Rights Movement, and Love is Strange, about the tragedy of gay men who cannot afford to live in Manhattan.
Before we do anything else, I have an announcement to make. I think the editor of Birdman is here. Where are you, sir? There you go. So you edited this movie. What are there, like 3 cuts in the whole movie? Get out of here. Yeah. Just stand up and walk. That's not editing. What did you walk in at 10 and leave at 1? Bye-bye. Get out. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Get out.
But in all honesty, Fred, Birdman was a really phenomenal movie.
I'm sorry, I don't know what movie you're talking about. Did you mean Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance?
Yes, Fred, Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
You know, there were some other movies this year that had longer titles that people never use, like Boyhood, which is really Boyhood or I Hope That Kid Doesn't Grow Up Fat.
You know what? I really enjoyed Dear White People or Attention Whole Foods Shoppers.
And there's also Dumb and Dumber 2 or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Same writers.
So
Total
weird.
coincidence.
So weird. The Spirit Awards have always honored great low-budget films. The best film made for under $500,000 receives the John Cassavetes Award. Some of this year's nominees include Blue Ruin, Land Ho, and 3.5 seconds of The Hobbit.
Hey, can I talk about something, everybody? Now, we all watch these movies as screeners. Am I correct? We all have our little screeners, right? Listen, there is a rule. You cannot give these out to your friends, all right? Now, let me ask you a question. Does this look familiar to anybody? Whose DVD is this? The Imitation Game. Cate Blanchett? Cate Blanchett. These are watermarked, homie. You cannot give these out. You know how I got this? From my gardener. Do not give these out. You're ruining it for everybody. Also, how about Julianne Moore's performance in Still Alice? Incredible, right?
I gotta say, Fred, this is actually really fun. I'm kind of surprised.
What do you mean you're surprised?
I don't know, because, you know, we're so different, you and I. You're like this cool alternative guy, and I'm just, you know, really popular.
I think I know what you're trying to say. I'm a little bit indie.
And I'm a little bit studio.
I'm hanging out in Portland.
I'm a Disney princess in the snow.
My favorite band is Flaming Lips.
And I love Broadway shows.
I'm a little bit indie.
And I'm a little bit studio. Selma, oh Selma, we feel bad what happened there. And then the Oscars snubbed your actors. God, it's much too much to bear.
Birdman, Birdman, flying around New York City, New York, New York, New York, New York, big bad city,
Whiplash, my neck hurts 'cause the white kid's playing jazz. And that abusive homophobic teacher, he gave your film pizzazz.
Love is strange. Melina said, I do.
Boyhood, not girlhood. Life goes by so quick. Why is every single stepdad an alcoholic prick?
I'm a little bit indie.
We're going back to this verse.
We both have done some movies
Where we're treading on each each other's turf.
You did Safety Not Guaranteed.
And you're the voice of Brainy Smurf.
You're a little bit indie.
And you're a little bit studio.
We're a little bit indie.
And we're a little bit studio. And now to present our first award, please welcome Spirit Award nominee Ethan Hawke.
I feel like I should break into song. I feel like there should be a podium. I feel extremely vulnerable in front of you all right now. And I wish I didn't come. But it is incredible to be in this tent with you all. That is true. It's a tremendous gathering of people and of great minds. Hollywood movies may be keeping the industry afloat by making these big shot movies. But the people here today are keeping the industry alive. And I am very proud to be in this room with all of you. All right? My job is extremely simple. I am here to present the award for Best Supporting Female, and here are the nominees.
Best Supporting Female. Patricia Arquette, Boyhood.
You know what I'm realizing? My life is just gonna go like that. Getting married, having kids, getting divorced. I just thought there would be more.
Jessica Chastain, A Most Violent Year.
This is your kid playing with a loaded gun.
Let me deal with it.
Oh, you better. You're not gonna like what'll happen once I get involved.
Carmen Ejogo, Selma.
That's what they said on the other end of that phone line. How they gonna kill my children? The filth, deranged and twisted and just ignorant enough to be serious.
Andrea Suarez Paz, Stand Clear of the Closing Doors.
My son is missing. Where are you located? Rockaway Beach. You wait for me?
Yes, he's waiting for you.
You really think?
I do. I do.
He's going home.
Emma Stone, Birdman.
You're doing this because you're scared to death, like the rest of us, that you don't matter. And you know what? You're right. You don't. It's not important, okay? You're not important. Get used to it.
I have a podium, and I'm much happier. Okay. And the winner for Best Supporting Female is Patricia Arquette, my co-star.
Get film independent spirit.
Was that God? She sounded great. Okay. I've made a lot of independent films, and I've never been invited to this party before. So thank you for having me here, Ethan. Rick, we've all made a lot of independent films, and I've made my living through network television, and thank God for that. But I want to say thank you to my incredible castmates, to Ethan Hawke, who gave such a beautiful, nuanced, incredible performance in Boyhood and always makes work so solid. I want to thank Lorelei and Eller for your beautiful work. I want to thank Jonathan Sloth and Kathleen Sutherland, our whole cast, our whole crew. But I really want to stop for a second and say there should be an award at this award ceremony for distributors. Because everybody who has made a small film knows you can make the most incredible work of art, but if you do not have a great distributor pushing it through and getting it seen, you will never have a chance to reach your audience. So I want to thank IFC and Jonathan Sari for that. And Oh, I want to thank Eric White and my agent and manager, Molly Madden and David D. Camillo, and my kids, who I love so much. And thank you for inviting us to your party.
There is so much more to come live from the big tent on the beach in Santa Monica. Julianne Moore presents the Robert Altman Award, plus Zach Galifianakis, Kristen Wiig, the stars of Whiplash, and many more when the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards returns.
Welcome back, everybody. Please let's give it up for our fabulous house band, LA's own Silver Sun Pickups. And now the stars of the movie Whiplash, Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, some of them were dragging a little bit.
Oh,
Let's try that again.
And they do it, and they do it. It's a powerful performance, J.K. I don't know what I said.
Yeah, you said some cool stuff,
Right.
and then I
And we
talk
moved
about
on.
how we're here to introduce the first of 5 movies that are nominated for Best Film this year. Whiplash. It's called Whiplash.
It is called Whiplash. It is the story of an ambitious young drummer eager to win the approval of his brutally sadistic and abusive band instructor.
With a heart of gold. At its core, Whiplash is you're much taller in person.
I was taller than you the whole movie. They just sat me down the whole
They made him
time.
sit down the whole time.
It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, it's about these 2 guys. Go ahead.
Whiplash is about the drive for greatness, and in the true independent spirit, the film was shot in just 19 days.
Which definitely felt like rushing.
Just let it go. This is Whiplash.
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head, Neiman?
I don't know.
Sure you do.
The tempo?
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
I don't know.
Start counting.
5, 6, 7.
In 4, damn it! Look at me!
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Now, was I rushing or was I dragging?
I don't know.
Count again.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rushing or dragging?
Rushing.
So you do know the difference.
Please welcome my only friends in the whole world from the upcoming film Masterminds, Zach Galifianakis and Kristen Wiig.
Hi, Zach and I are here to present Best First Screenplay.
Speaking of first, Kristen, remember the first time we met?
Yes, Zach, I remember it like it was now. It was an intimate setting, and we were reading from a teleprompter at the Film Independent Spirit Awards in Santa Monica, California.
I remember. It was a balmy day, and you were standing next to me, and you reeked of your car.
I put on a lot this morning for this. Oh, that's you.
But my biggest memory of that moment is how many ugly people were in the audience that day.
Yes, some are even grotesque.
Yes,
Yeah.
like Scarlett Johansson is gross. Matt Bomer, disgusting looking. Emma Stone, give me a break.
But what we admire about everyone here today is their independence, as well as their spirit.
But especially their independence, which is brought to you by
Piaget.
the Lincoln Motor Company,
Bank of America,
American Airlines, and the
Heineken.
Republican Party.
And the nominees are Desiree Akban, Appropriate Behavior.
Desiree Akban, Appropriate Behavior.
Just having trouble dealing with like Brooklyn parties and everyone talking about their Kickstarter campaigns. And did you see that guy with the waxed Dali mustache?
I hate so many things too.
Sarah Colangelo, Little Accidents.
I drive around a lot late at night. I think maybe I'm gonna spot him somewhere. It's crazy.
It ain't crazy.
Justin Later, The One I Love.
We had a good
And it
time.
wasn't just the weed. I mean, we were connecting, we were talking, we were happy.
We also had a fantastic time when we did ecstasy at Lollapalooza, but we're not gonna do that every day of our lives because you die.
Right.
Anya Marquardt, She's Lost Control.
With Rona, you have a kind of professional intimacy.
You and I are going to agree to explore this part of our body.
Justin Simien, Dear White People.
On behalf of all the colored folks in the room, let me apologize to all the better qualified white students whose place we're taking up.
No, it's fine.
Kristen single. And the Spirit Award goes to
Justin Simien for Dear White People.
Wow. I really should have written an acceptance speech. Instead, I was just staring at Oprah. So thank you for letting me be creepy back there. Honestly, this means so much to me. God, I am so grateful for this. I started writing this movie some 10 years ago as an impulse because I didn't really see my story out there in the culture. I didn't see myself reflected back at me in the films that I loved, even in the stories that resonated for me. So I tried to put myself in the culture. And, that can be a difficult thing when along the way, there's really nothing there to tell you that you belong there. So this means so much to me because it feels like I do belong in the culture. And I just want to say thank you. I'm very grateful. And if you have a story, if you don't see yourself in the culture, please put yourself there because we need you. We need to see the world from your eyes. Thank you.
Still to come, live from the party and the beach in sunny Santa Monica with Marissa Tomei and Alfred Molina. Plus, Kerry Washington toasts 30 years of the Film Independent Spirit Awards. Independent film is all about connecting talented people with inspired ideas. At Bank of America, life is better when we're connected. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the honorary chair of the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards, Kerry Washington.
As the honorary chair for the 30th Annual Spirit Awards, it is my privilege to be here on this magnificent milestone. Over the past 3 decades, this show has grown from a small dinner to an indisputable movement, showcasing, nurturing, and celebrating the most talented filmmakers, writers, actors, and visionaries in independent cinema. Film Independent, the nonprofit arts organization that produces these awards, has made it its mission to champion and support a community of artists who embody diversity, innovation, and uniqueness of vision, a mission which 30 years later is clearly working and thriving. Let's take a look back at 30 years of the Spirit Awards.
This ought to be fun. They said it's some kind of indie film initiation ritual or something like that.
No!
Oh! It's Dennis Hopper.
No!
Ow!
Independent film is where stuff actually happens.
You know, it's not easy to make a movie
that offends just about everybody.
Everyone in this room understands what it's like to give your heart and soul to something without getting paid a dime.
The only thing that's motivating you is the belief and a story that you love enough to do almost anything for.
It really isn't the wallet that makes the movie. It's your creativity, your passion.
We made this little movie just for love, not for money, not for glory, and it turns out that people actually like it.
But I like this independent thing. I like that they went around and they begged and they borrowed, and in some cases they did steal.
Nobody can really be independent in making movies.
We all owe a great debt of thanks to Todd Haynes' body of work.
One thing I'd like to get off my chest, I did Javier Bardem, and Philip Seymour Hoffman is the product of our union.
And I want to thank all the women I've been with and all the women who think they've been with me.
I've been trying to make a movie like this for a long time. I really appreciate you letting me be a part of it.
It's a great honor, and we deserve it.
But what about the unsung heroes, the actors?
You tolerate me. You really tolerate me.
I love my profession. I love what we do.
Oh, this is just amazing.
I want to share this so badly, I can't tell you.
Really, without independent films, I'd be nowhere.
This is wonderful. I really don't know what to say.
You're crying at the Independent Spirit Awards? Come on, get together.
4 years ago, I was waiting tables here at the Spirit Awards.
Please keep your acceptance speeches short because this tent has to be at a bar mitzvah at 5 p.m.
I've never been nominated for anything before. This may never happen again.
If I do this quick, do I get a free TV?
The thing is, do what you do. And I guess that's what I gotta say.
It's taken me the longest time to realize that the Spirits Awards have nothing to do with booze.
Every single person involved in this film completely transformed my life.
I have to thank my wife for telling me at one point during my acting career that I was a bloodless actor and I needed to get in touch with my emotions so I could communicate to people.
Hey, Wes Anderson, Hal Ashby called. He wants his establishing shots back.
This is all a director like me can ever hope to get.
The last time I held one of these in my hands here was 19 years ago.
I had to take my pants off to win a trophy.
This is really gonna tie the room together, baby.
Really, truly, 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 thank you.
And hope to see everyone here again.
Hooray! Independent! Please raise your glasses and join me in a toast to 30 years of Film Independent Spirit Awards. Salud!
Please welcome a Spirit Award nominee for her performance in Still Alice, Julianne Moore.
When I was 19 and attending college in Boston, I regularly went to a revival house in Cambridge called the Brattle Theater. Yeah. One time, I stumbled on Robert Altman's Three Women, and I was captivated. It was the first time I had actually experienced directorial point of view, and it completely changed my ideas about acting and what I wanted to do in the future. I was lucky, and 12 years later, Bob called me, and I had the great privilege of working with him on both Shortcuts and Cookie's Fortune. So I am especially excited to present the Robert Altman Award given to a film that echoes his distinctive style. This year, that movie is Paul Thomas Anderson's Inherent Vice. If Altman has an heir apparent, it's Paul Thomas Anderson. Bob loved Paul, and Paul loved Bob. It shows in every shot PT takes and in the beautiful humanity of his screenplays. Much like an Altman film, Inherent Vice treats us to overlapping plots and subplots, plus unforgettable one-of-a-kind characters, all drenched in the technicolor drug haze of early 70s Los Angeles. It is a trippy, ambitious, gorgeous, psychedelic saga. This is Inherent Vice.
Well, morning, Sam.
What's up, Doc?
Congratulations, hippie scum. Welcome to a world of inconvenience. What's up, Doc?
Films aren't made like this very much anymore. How about your ex-girlfriend?
Chester Faye Hepworth.
Have you had any contact with her in the last, say, week or so?
Funny you should ask.
Doc hadn't seen her in over a year.
You, Chester?
Thinks he's hallucinating.
I think anyone that worked with Paul would do well. And I think it's part of it is that he's just genuinely kind of searching and trying to discover it.
I need your help, Doc.
He directs the way actors act. He inhabits the world as well.
Really keeping a close eye?
Just spent an hour on surface streets trying to make it look good.
There's a great dynamic that happens once in a while. When you finish a film like this, you look back and you go, you're just honored to be in the film. Oh, you feel like a cop almost, don't you?
Will your restless heart come back to mine on a journey through the past?
It was weird that in the limited space of a postcard, Shasta should have chosen to remember that one day in the rain.
Every time I see it, I see new things. That's Paul right there, and perhaps the book as well.
Michael Z. Wolfman has vanished.
Mickey Wolfman might not be as missing as we think.
There you go. We were comfortable working together. You all feel like you're in this story together.
Are you all right?
Am I?
Are you?
Molto panicaco! When the winter rains come pouring down.
I miss those days. I miss you.
Will I still be in your eyes and on your mind?
Film Independent is pleased to present the 2015 Robert Altman Award to director Paul Thomas Anderson, casting director Cassandra Koulakundis, and the cast of Inherent Vice.
When the winter rains come pouring down on that new home of mine, will you think of me and wonder if I'm fine?
I think Robert Altman would have been as humiliated as I am about that clip, about saying all those nice things in front of you. But we have a beautiful cast. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for this award, which I share with Cassandra. I guarantee no director in this room had all the ideas for who to put in their movie. They needed a casting director. And they never get any credit. Do you want to say something?
I just want to thank the Independent Spirits for having this award, obviously, because it's casting is an integral part of filmmaking, which isn't recognized. So thank you for even thinking of us, and for this cast, which is an embarrassment of riches. Yeah. And this is only like a quarter of them. We had like 72 speaking roles, and they're all amazing. So we want to thank them for doing an amazing job and being in our film.
Yeah.
It's not hard to work for this one. I mean, you know.
Say anything nice.
I won't say anything nice, I promise.
We have much more to come as the stars gather at the beach live. Last year's Spirit Award winner Jared Leto hands out this year's Best Supporting Male trophy. Plus, Emmy Rossum, Michael Pena, and Aubrey Plaza when the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards returns.
The Lens Crafters Truer Than Fiction Award goes to Dan Krause for The Kill Team.
My name is Dan Krause. I'm the director of The Kill Team. The Kill Team is the story of a U.S. soldier in Afghanistan who attempts to alert the army to atrocities his unit is committing, and who then himself is charged with premeditated murder. And having recognition of this kind feels like someone has suddenly pulled back the curtain and let in the light, and you can see all these people around you, and they're supporting you and appreciating the work that you're doing. Thank you, Film Independent, and thank you, Lens Crafters.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm so sorry, I do have to make a quick announcement. I don't know whose car it is, but there is, someone's blocking the valet stand. It's a 1989 Batmobile with the vanity license plate, Keaton Rules. So whoever it is, the attendant is gonna need your keys. And now, please welcome from Love is Strange, Marissa Tomei and Spirit Award nominee Alfred Molina.
When I heard that Ira Sachs was making a new film, I asked if I could be in it before I even read the script. I did. I feel so grateful to be part of this beautiful, intimate film, Love is Strange. Alfred and John Lithgow play a longtime couple who, due to financial hardships, find themselves forced to live separately with family and friends. We should all be so lucky to have either of these guys move in with us.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Every Hollywood movie is all about married gay couples in the early winter of their lives. But this one, I've got to tell you, is very, very different. It's special because it's about the decision to be who you are, no matter what the consequences. But really, it's an enduring love story, as universal as any other. With great pleasure, this is Love is Strange.
More than an effort to stay away from you. And it takes more than a lifetime to prove that I'll be true. And it takes somebody special to make us say we do. And baby, you've got what it takes. Okay, here we take it home now. And baby, you've got what it takes. Not just in the kitchen. Ooh, baby, you've got what it takes.
Please welcome Emmy Rossum and Michael Pena.
As actors, Michael and I take our jobs very seriously. We research each scene as thoroughly as possible to make sure we understand our roles completely.
Totally. Which is, yeah, for sure. Which is why when we were asked to present the award for Best International Film, I immediately called the Spirit Awards offices requesting flights to Sweden, England, Canada, Russia, Poland, and I said, you know what, throw in the Philippines.
But a nice woman there told us that those flights were not in the budget, and instead we should just watch the nominated films on the free screeners they gave us.
So at least we got free screeners.
Right.
We watched them and they were incredible, and here are the nominees.
Best International Film, Force Majeure.
Yeah, we saw an avalanche. Quite quickly it grew. It was quite shocking.
Ida.
Wracasz do zakładu?
Do zakonu. Wracam.
Na długo?
Na zawsze.
Leviathan.
Власть надо знать в лицо. И чего тебе надо, власть? Вот это все.
Mommy.
Ça commence à coincer les doigts pour que ça dure. Parce que la vie avec Steve, c'est comme un 25 cents, hein? Tu sais jamais si tu vas tomber pile. Ou ben donc si tu vas tomber en pleine face.
Norte, The End of History.
We are asking you, Lord Jesus, to help him, Lord Father.
Under the Skin.
You don't want to wake up, do you? Come to me.
And the Spirit Award goes to Ida.
Go.
Wow. Thank you. Amazing. I realized we're at an independent event when I was queuing up for the toilets, you know. There's like 30 people ahead of me. I felt very at home. So yeah, this is a great honor. Also seeing these clips from the other films, they're films I love, you know, Force Majeure, Mummy, Leviathan. Oh, what a competition. So, you know, it's doubly exciting, you know, and thank you, my competitors, for losing this time.
So yeah, and I'd like to thank above all the people who made this helped make this film possible and helped me make it independently. Eric Abraham, Piotr Dzięcioł, Ewa Puszczyńska, Agnieszka Odorowicz from the Polish Film Institute, and you know we did everything to make a film that that nobody watches. Black and white, camera doesn't move, hardly any script, but miracles happen. Thank you very much.
The most star-studded beach party on Earth continues with Olivia Munn and Craig Robinson, plus the driving force behind the powerful Selma, Oprah Winfrey, when the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards continues live from Santa Monica.
Fred! What are you doing? We have to intro the next two presenters.
Was that now?
Yeah, it's now. It's the middle of the show, man.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Will you do me a favor? Will you just write them a note and say, I'm very sorry that I wasn't there. I was
I'm
out
not writing
surfing.
anyone notes. I'm not your assistant. I'm not your assistant, Fred.
Okay, well, let's go back in, all
Okay,
right?
great. Let's do it. No, Fred. Right now. The show. Right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, the beach is
No,
right there.
now.
Okay, let's just introduce them from here. Can we do that?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Diego Luna and Spirit Award nominee Jenny Slate.
Hello. One of the most hallowed names in the history of independent film is John Cassavetes.
He was a working film actor who financed, produced, and directed his amazing films.
Right. Which is why whenever someone stars in, produces, and directs their own film, in the biz, we like to say, "You Cassavetes the shit out of that movie, man!"
They do that? I've never heard of it.
I think if they haven't done it, they should, because I sounded very cool when I just did it.
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, with pride, we present this year's John Cassavetes Award to the best feature produced for under $500,000.
Here are the nominees.
The John Cassavetes Award, Blue Ruin.
I know this is personal. That's how you'll fail. No speeches. You point the gun, you shoot the gun.
It felt like love.
Did you do something stupid? It's kind of a blur. How blurry? Did you sleep with him?
Land Ho.
I bought us 2 first-class tickets to Iceland. The juicy, fantastic lobsters and the gorgeous broads.
I don't like lobster.
Man from Reno.
I'm investigating a homicide.
All the clues were in that suitcase.
Clues?
I write mystery novels.
Test.
It seems so unnatural, though, just being with one person. It's like some sort of massive, unnatural challenge. It's like a test.
All right. And the Spirit Award goes to...
Land Ho!
Whoa, this is pretty great. Thanks so much. I guess we should definitely thank Game Changer. They financed this film, and they let a girl like me make a movie with dick jokes and fart jokes and be their first film out the gate, so that's cool. You want to talk?
Yeah, as instructed, we're going to keep it short. So thank you to our distributor, Sony Pictures Classics. Thank you to my wife, Elizabeth McKee, and thank you to all these wonderful people that I made this movie with.
Just really quickly, I wanted to thank Piaget for giving me $25,000 2 years ago for the producing award. And thanks to Film Independent for supporting me throughout my entire career. And one last thing, I have a message for Dave Boyle, the director of Man from Reno, wherever you are. Suck it, dude. Thank you.
Please welcome Aubrey Plaza and the creator and star of Togetherness, Mark Duplass.
Hi, Aubrey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Great.
So, guys, we're here to present the award for Best First Feature.
Mark, I'm so mad at you
Why are you mad at me?
because I wasn't in your first feature. How could you do that to me?
So, wait, are you like really mad at me, or are you doing like the award show mad at me thing for the thing?
Fake awards show mad.
All right, I'm fine with that. We can do that.
Okay, great.
That looks like you're really mad at me now.
That's because I hate you.
Okay, good.
And the nominees for Best First Feature are
Best First Feature. A girl walks home alone at night. Dear white people.
Weaved? Really, bitch? Say it right, please. It's weave. Noun.
Nightcrawler.
Crash with injuries just occurred, Western and 3rd.
The moment has arrived. The critical moment. Start filming. We want all of it.
Obvious child.
I'm getting a little dizzy. Well, you're dizzy because you played Russian roulette with your vagina.
She's lost control.
You like looking at me? Do you not feel safe with me?
You think you've got me all figured out.
Can you just give me 1 second?
All right. And the Spirit Award goes to Nightcrawler.
Thank you. This award goes to the filmmaker and also the producers of the film. So I'd like to introduce Betsy Danbury, Michelle Litvak, Jennifer Fox, David Lancaster, Gary Michael Walters, who's not here, is my brother Tony Gilroy, and Jake Gyllenhaal, who's a producer. I'd also like to thank Jake, one of the most deeply talented, committed, and fearless actors I believe alive today. Renee Russo is here, who inspires me on a daily basis. Riz Ahmed, who gave, I thought, a transformative performance. And I thought it was terrific. Very quickly, I'd like to thank my brother John Gilroy, who is my editor, Robert Ellswood, who is my cinematographer, everybody at Open Road, Tom Wartenberg, Jason Cassidy, and Liz Bieber for just crushing our release. Thank you so much. Scott Greenberg, my agent, my daughter Rose, who flew here from bitter cold in the East Coast. And I'd just like to finish by saying that independent film, the foundation, and everybody here today, I think, are holdouts against a tsunami of superhero movies that have swept over this industry. We have survived and we have thrived, and I think that's true spirit. Thank you.
When we return live from the big tent on the beach, we'll have Emma Stone and the boy we watched grow up in Boyhood, Eller Coltrane, when the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards continues.
Okay, don't be nervous, Kristen. Here we go. Ready? Hold on. Come back. Here we go. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oprah Winfrey. Damn it!
No, sorry about that. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Oprah Winfrey.
To me, Selma is more than just a movie, because we all need to know where we've been so we can move forward together. The story of those brave men and women who marched just 50 years ago still resonates to this very day. The struggle for equality is not easy. It never was. They tried to march to Montgomery 3 times, and eventually, with God's grace and Martin Luther King's leadership, they succeeded. They overcame, and with it, they brought us all another birth of freedom. This is their story. This is our story. This is Selma.
As long as I am unable to exercise my constitutional right to vote, I do not have command of my own life. I cannot determine my own destiny, for it is determined for me by people who would rather see me suffer than succeed. Those that have gone before us say, no more, no more. That means protest, that means march, that means disturb the peace, that means jail, that means risk, and that is hard. We will not wait any longer. Give us the vote. That's right, no more. We're not asking, we're demanding. Give us the vote.
Please welcome last year's Spirit Award winner for Best Supporting Male, Jared Leto.
It's great to be back here at the beach with my fellow freaks and friends who love to make films that leave them penniless, jobless, and in a great deal of pain. You know who you are. Some of you know from last year I had a rather long thank you list, but still I was informed of a number of thank yous that I egregiously omitted. So without further ado, that frog that I accidentally squeezed to death in 2nd grade, thank you for teaching me how short life truly can be. Richard Simmons for my flexibility, endurance, and uncanny fashion sense. All of my homies at Paquito Moss on Ventura Boulevard. And last but not least, my grandmother for beating me senseless with a fly swatter, teaching me that you can't get away with everything that you think you can. Respect your elders unless you want a can of whoop-ass. The nominees for Best Supporting Male are...
Best Supporting Male, Riz Ahmed, Nightcrawler.
Okay, I want more money. A lot more. You're talking about some seriously messed up shit. You're just expecting me to just go along with it. I want more.
Ethan Hawke, Boyhood.
There is no favorite Beatle. You got Paul, who takes you to the party. George, who talks to you about God. John, who says, no, it's about love and pain. And then Ringo, who just says, hey, enjoy what we have while we have it.
Alfred Molina, Love is Strange.
You've all known this whole time that Ben and I have been living together.
Let's pray.
I still believe in Jesus Christ as my savior, and that won't change. But at this moment, I think I'd like to pray on my own.
Edward Norton, Birdman.
You guys know that if you crank out any toxic piece of crap, people will line up and pay to see it. But long after you're gone, I'm gonna be on that stage, earning my living, bearing my soul, wrestling with complex human emotion.
J.K. Simmons, Whiplash.
Look up here, look at me. Do you think you're out of tune?
Yes.
Then why the fuck didn't you say so?
And the Spirit Award goes to J.K. Simmons for Whiplash.
Thank you. Thank you, Film Independent. It occurs to me that I've been ridiculously blessed in my life. Thank you, Michelle. And particularly this year with all this lovely attention and being able to stand up here at some of these podiums, my career has been blessed. One thing that I have not done previously is point out how honored I am, and I know people use that word. I was trying to think of a better one. There isn't a better one. How honored I am to be mentioned with these other actors, Edward and Ethan and Riz and Freddie. I actually got to see all your films this year, which I don't often do, and your work is wonderful and inspiring, and I'm very honored to be counted among your number. Please. I owe thanks, of course, to everybody at my table, Damien and Miles and Jason and Helen and Cooper and everybody at Blumhouse, everybody at Bold. Thank you guys for getting this movie made. Thank you to Tom and Michael at Sony Pictures Classics for getting this movie seen. And everybody who hasn't seen the movie, it's still out there. My wife deserves my thanks on many levels. First of all, for growing up and moving behind the camera, which is lovely because it means more work for me. And also for being a brilliant mother to our two above-average children who were not interested enough to bother coming here today, but maybe they're watching on television. If so, hi. Thank you.
We have so much more to come with the awards for Best Director, Best Female Lead, and Best Male Lead still to be handed out. Plus, Ewan McGregor and the stars of Selma, Carmen Ejogo, and David Oyelowo. It's all happening live on the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards.
The Keel Someone to Watch Award goes to Rania Ati and Daniel Garcia.
My name is Rania Ati.
And I'm Daniel Garcia, and we are the co-writer-directors of H. H is a science fiction drama which follows two women who slowly devolve into madness after an alleged meteor strike sets off a series of strange events in their town.
We've been working extremely independently for a while, so this is a good acknowledgement of the effort we have been doing.
It means we're doing something right.
Thank you, Film Independent.
Thank you, Keel, since 1851.
In the film Birdman, we hear the character's inner monologue voice throughout the film.
And they shot this with a special Birdman inner monologue camera.
Yeah, they're really cool. And we are very lucky. We have those cameras here today, so we can actually hear what some of the people in the audience are thinking. Let's try it out. Oh my God, I met Oprah and I told her I saw Selma, but I didn't, and I feel like she could totally tell.
What? Really? Huh. I hope she saw that movie.
I had some fish, and I had rice, and I had some salad, and oh, what is this guy doing? Come on.
He was making fun. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. I love you.
I'm a pescatarian, but I hate saying pescatarian because it sounds like I take myself too seriously. Actually, I ate cheese today. I'm not a pescatarian. There's no pronoun for us. I'm just me.
Yeah. I'm Michael Keaton, man. That's me. That is me. Me. Wish I had a mustache. So bright in here. Who's this? Who's behind me? Oh, let me check my phone. Yeah, who's gonna? Oh, I guess he's doing pretty well. Fred's doing great. Fred's doing great. Yeah. Yeah.
Usually I'm the most talented Kristen in the room, but not today. Hats off to that sassy blonde. Oh my God, she's on.
So stupid. Dumbest guy around. I wish I knew how to do math and spell, and I wish I could put sentences together in my mommy.
Wow. That was an incredible camera.
She was. And now coming to the stage, Olivia Munn and Craig Robinson.
Screenwriters in independent film have an interesting relationship with credit hogs, or as the rest of us call them, directors.
But a lot of independent films are written and directed by the same person, giving them the artistic freedom to hate themselves. But today, we hope writers and writer-directors can come together as friends.
And talk nasty shit about producers.
Here are your nominees for Best Screenplay.
Best Screenplay. Scott Alexander and Larry Karaszewski, Big Eyes.
I painted every single one of them. Every big eye. Me. And no one will ever know but you.
J.C. Shandor, A Most Violent Year.
One of you, or two, have been allowing this to happen by buying it from these cowards, or worse yet, hiring them to do it. So what I'm saying is stop.
Dan Gilroy, Nightcrawler.
We have what could be considered an almost exclusive relationship. There are many other places I could go. I have to think that you are invested in this transaction.
Jim Jarmusch, Only Lovers Left Alive.
Give my regards to that suicidally romantic scoundrel.
Well, let's hope he's just romantic.
Ira Sachs and Mauricio Zacharias, Love is Strange.
Do you ever blame me for all of this? All I know is that after 39 years, it's hard to fall asleep without you.
And the Spirit Award goes to...
Dan Gilroy, Nightcrawler.
Thank you so much. You're very generous. I'll keep it brief. Obviously, a high point. We work in careers where these moments are rare. I will share with you that 10 years ago, at a low point in my career, I was not far from here, and I actually thought that what I did was the equivalent of writing in the sand, because the ocean would come up and wipe it away. Things were not getting made. So it's very sort of symbolic for me to be accepting an award where I had a revelation that what I do because I love, and I think that's why we all do what we do. And so the award means a lot, terrific amount. I'd just like to thank my mom and dad, who I didn't thank before, and to thank all of you, and the other people who we were nominated with. I actually think we could have called our film Big Eyes. I think that would have been appropriate, but they took it from us. So thank you so much.
When we return, we hand out the Spirit Awards for Best Documentary and Best Director. Alexander Payne presents the Special Distinction Award, plus Scarlett Johansson and Cate Blanchett. All live from the beach when the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards continues.
Welcome back. Before today's broadcast, we presented Spirit Awards for editing and cinematography. I'd like to acknowledge our winners. For Best Editing, Tony Cross for Whiplash. And Best Cinematography, Emmanuel Lubezki for Birdman. Congratulations to both. And now, please welcome the beautiful and talented Emma Stone.
Oh, Fred, I'm not that talented.
In a disorganized dressing room, we first meet our disheveled hero levitating above the ground. What follows is a brilliant, continuous stream of motion and magic as we journey into the bowels of a Broadway theater. It's the story of an aging action hero desperate for artistic credibility. It's a relentless exploration of fame, ego, and mortality. And as much as I love acting in this film, I loved watching it even more. This is Birdman.
My father was a mean fucking drunk. That was okay, though, you know, because at least when he was beating us, he wasn't thinking about taking us out to his tool shed. He goes, oh, we're gonna have the tool shed. That son of a bitch would smile. I could say, you want to get down on your knees and unbuckle my belt? Or do you want me to take it off and use it on you? After a while, I made myself numb, so, you know. But my sister...
Okay. Hey. Oh, God. I didn't know. I'm sorry. That's fucking horrible, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's also not true. See, I can pretend to.
Oh!
Don't fuck with me, Mike. I'm telling you.
You're a little bit crazy. You know what? You should start using that on
you have no
stage.
fucking idea. So working with Rick and Thompson's like waltzing with a monkey? Huh?
I might have said that.
Yeah, come on. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't you get your wings in your fucking bird suit, man?
Please welcome the director of the Spirit Award-winning films Election, Sideways, and Nebraska, Alexander Payne.
This year, Film Independent presents its Special Distinction Award to the unsettling and absorbing Foxcatcher. Foxcatcher depicts the true story of an eccentric and emasculated billionaire who sponsors an Olympic wrestler who in turn wants to emerge from the shadow of his older brother. The escalating psychological warfare played out in the lush hills of Pennsylvania makes for a mesmerizing piece of cinema. And the weirdness of the story aside, in my book, Foxcatcher is one of the most touching portrayals of brotherhood that I've seen in a recent movie. Anchored by wonderful performances from Steve Carell, Channing Tatum, and Mark Ruffalo, and directed with great humanity and precision by Bennett Miller, Foxcatcher is a perfect choice to receive this year's special distinction. And now here's a look at Foxcatcher.
Do you have any idea who I am?
No.
And I want to speak with you about your future. What do you hope to achieve, Mark?
I want to be the best in the world.
Good.
Who are you going to train with? No. I meant we, as in me and you, together, picking a team. Mr. DuPont and I would love to have you.
What's he get out of all this? I want, more than anything, to win a gold medal. And we have someone who could do that.
Oh, we're going to win a gold medal, John.
Mark, you have been living in your brother's shadow your entire life. It's your time now.
This could be a real good thing for you. I'm proud of you.
Mother, I am leading men. I am teaching them. I am giving them a dream. And I am giving America hope.
It's really a wonderful film, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome Bennett Miller to the stage.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to receive this from you, Alexander, and thank you for that. I feel very fortunate to get to make the kinds of films I'd like to make and work with the people that I get to work with. And I'm genuinely and deeply grateful for the recognition and to all who gave themselves to this particular film. Thank you.
When we return to the big tent on the beach, Jessica Chastain and Andy Samberg will award the Best Male Lead. Plus, Cate Blanchett presents the biggest Spirit Award there is, Best Feature. It's all still to come, live at the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards.
Hi, well, we're in the American Airlines Lounge, the most exclusive lounge out of all the other lounge tents here on Lounge Tent Row.
We would love to be in the big tent with all you regular folk, but when you can get into a tent lounge this exclusive, you kind of got to take advantage of it.
And not just anyone can get in here, right? Jennifer Lopez?
Absolutely, Pope Francis. But now, this next young man just turned 20 years old. To us, though, he'll always be 6 to 18. Please welcome from Boyhood, Eller Coltrane.
In 2002, I was 6, and I started making Boyhood with Richard Linklater, Ethan Hawke, Patricia Arquette, and Lorelei Linklater. And it has accompanied me through more than half my life, and it's always been a reflection of my thoughts and experiences and an attempt to maybe express something that we all feel. And it's been a hell of a ride, and as it seems to be coming to a close, I find myself really grateful to everyone who was a part of it. So this is Boyhood.
Do you still love Dad?
I still love your father. But that doesn't mean it was healthy for us to stay together.
What if, after we move, he's trying to find us and he can't?
Oh, that won't be a problem. He can call Grandma and she'll tell him, or he can call information. We won't be hard to find.
Is he still in Alaska?
Oh, that's what your uncle says.
Probably taming polar bears or something.
Yeah, well, I hope they're taming him.
Please welcome Spirit Award nominees and the stars of Selma, Carmen Ejogo and David Oyelowo.
Carmen and I had the great honor and privilege of playing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife, Coretta, bringing to life a transformational moment in America's history.
And the nominated films for Best Documentary are historical documents of their own, showcasing some of our most extraordinary stories and people.
Here are the nominees for Best Documentary.
Best Documentary, 20,000 Days on Earth.
Songwriting is about counterpoint, like letting a small child in the same room as a Mongolian psychopath.
Citizenfour.
You know, you're not going to bully me into silence like you've done to everybody else. And if nobody else is going to do it, I will.
Stray Dog.
Grab my throttle, crank it down, hit the highway eastward bound. Michigan action never came home. The government tells us to leave it alone.
The Salt of the Earth.
So one thing I knew already about this Sebastião Salgado, he really cared about people.
Virunga.
The national park is the only hope this region has.
If we leave, we would lose everything.
And the Spirit Award goes to...
Citizenfour.
INT'L the editor and producer. Thank you to the Independent Spirit Awards. This is a great honor. I'll just say one thing before Laura and Glenn maybe will say a few words. This film was made under great secrecy, and it took enormous risks to make it, and we are very thankful to partners and organizations who have been fearlessly with us. And we would like to thank especially BritDoc with Jess Beatty and Jess Search and Beatty Finzi, Sundance, Josh Brown, Nancy Willen and Ryan Werner, Radius, meaning Jason Janego and Tom Quinn, Participant, Diane Warman and Jim Burke, and HBO, Sheila Nevins and Sarah Bernstein. Thank you so much. So, as you can see by all the people on the stage, this has been an incredible collaboration, and many people have been involved in the film. But there's one person without whom this reporting would not happen, this film would not happen, and the international debate around privacy would not happen, and this is my colleague, Glenn Greenwald.
A lot of people talk about this film as though it's about a subversion of privacy, and I think it's actually much more about a subversion of democracy. If we don't know the most important acts that our government is doing because it's kept from us, then we don't really have meaningful democracy. And that's why really brave whistleblowers like Daniel Ellsberg and Chelsea Manning, and especially the stunningly courageous Edward Snowden, deserve not decades in prison, but our collective gratitude. Thanks very much.
The biggest Spirit Awards are still yet to be handed out. Scarlett Johansson presents the Best Director Award, and Ewan McGregor awards the Best Female Lead. Plus, the Spirit Awards for Best Male Lead and Best Feature, when the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards return live.
I'm Chris Olsen. I'm the recipient of the Piaget Producers Award. I produced a film called Kamiko, the Treasure Hunter. It's a movie really about following your dreams, no matter what obstacles are in your way. The Piaget Producers Award comes with a wonderful, unrestricted grant. This grant allows me to push forward some projects that are going to be trickier to finance. I've made movies for $25,000. I can go make another movie. Thank you, Film Independent, and thank you, Piaget.
Ladies and gentlemen, star of the upcoming micro-budget indie film Avengers: Age of Ultron, Scarlett Johansson.
A truly great film starts with a bold vision, but that vision can only become reality through the skill and the will, that rhymes, of an unrelenting director. These 5 men and women nominated for Best Director each had the strength to mold their own unique vision into a powerful reality on screen. And the nominees are Damien Chazelle for taking us inside the cutthroat world of a prestigious music academy in the rhythmic high-octane drama Whiplash. Ava DuVernay, who showed us Martin Luther King in 1965 as a man, not a legend, during the heated and difficult struggle for voting rights in Selma. Alejandro G. Iñárritu, who exposed the internal desperation of an actor hungry for relevance, using the camera in a startling, groundbreaking, immersive style in Birdman. Richard Linklater, who utilized a revolutionary narrative technique showing the actual passage of time in a family's evolving dynamic in Boyhood. And David Zellner, for his compelling portrait of a confused 20-something Japanese girl who embarks on an adventure to Minnesota in Kamiko, the Treasure Hunter. And the Spirit Award goes to Richard Linklater. Boyhood.
Let me go. I don't wanna be your hero. I don't wanna be a big man. Just wanna fight with everyone else.
So I'm not Richard Linklater, but I play him in movies. Rick can't be here today, but I will tell you this. I've made 8 movies with him, and I've been his friend for 20 years, and I can tell you there's no community he's prouder to be a part of than this one. He doesn't need to be selected out. It's an honor enough to walk among you, especially this group that's here this year. It's amazing to be here. And if this movie serves as anything, it serves as a little flare gun, you know, to shoot up for anybody that has a radical vision, that has something that they want to say that they think somebody should be hearing. It is possible. 13 years ago, when Rick presented to me this idea, I can guarantee you, besides his artistic collaborators, there was only one person in the world that thought it was a good idea, and that man is Jonathan Searing, right there, okay? But the truth is, you know, the impossible can happen. And it's what Rick always says is it's the Wild West out there. This art form is so young, and there's so much to be done. There's so many stories to be told, and it's gonna be told not by corporate America, but by you. So thank you so much. Have a great night.
When we return, Jessica Chastain and former Spirit Award host Andy Samberg present the award for Best Male Lead, and we will reveal the winner of Best Feature live on the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ewan McGregor.
Hello. For actors, there's no bigger feat or responsibility than playing the lead in a movie. You're tasked as the story's navigator, and it's up to you to deliver a performance that's consistent, magnetic, and true. The 5 nominees for Best Female Lead did just that, leading us on journeys we'll not soon forget, and here they are.
Best Female Lead, Marion Cotillard, The Immigrant.
Can you help me?
They're sending you back.
No. I can work. You know this man. You talk to them.
Rinko Kikuchi, Kumiko, The Treasure Hunter.
I discover treasure.
But this is not real.
Real.
And this is a normal movie.
I discover treasure. Right here.
Julianne Moore, Still Alice.
Why won't you take me seriously? No, I know what I'm feeling. I know what it's feeling, and it feels like my brain is dying, and everything I've worked for in my entire life is going.
Jenny Slate, Obvious Child.
I don't know if you're getting my messages, but I really would need to talk. There will not be an apology message for this apology message. Goodbye.
Tilda Swinton, Only Lovers Left Alive.
Come on, tell me, what was she like?
She was delicious.
I bet she was. Checkmate.
You're brutal.
I'm a survivor, baby.
And the Spirit Award goes to Julianne Moore.
Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me be a part of this community. I didn't expect to feel so emotional. I've been making independent films for almost 25 years now. Yeah. I was lucky enough to kind of come in at the beginning of the independent film movement, and it's really shaped my life and my career. And I made this movie with some old friends of mine, Pam Koffler and Christine Vachon of Killer Films, Michael Barker and Tom Bernard of Sony Classics. We've all worked together many times, and it's always a privilege to work with you. We made this movie in 23 days for $4 million. I brought my own bras and my own food. I begged my friend Alec Baldwin to do it. I can remember hearing our great cinematographer, Denis Lenoir, yelling to Rich and Wash to hurry up because our light kit wasn't even strong enough to shoot inside after 5 o'clock. And we did it, and we loved it, and it was such a privilege to get to work on this story. And it's a particular privilege to work with Wash Westmoreland and Richard Glatzer, who are true independent filmmakers. And they made a beautiful story of what it's like to live with Alzheimer's, to live with a degenerative disease while dealing with their own degenerative disease, because they believe that film is important, and you feel less alone when you watch them. They talk about what a thrill it is a thrill and a privilege it is to be alive. This film is their accomplishment. I wish they were here today. I really, really do. They should be very proud, and I want to thank them for this, the privilege of working with them, and for this gift of a part. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my two favorite Jessicas, Jessica Chastain and Andy Samberg.
Before we present, I just want to say, Jessica, my favorite movie you did this year was actually not an indie, it was Interstellar.
Oh, thanks, Andy. That's really nice.
Yeah, what a head trip, right? I have so many questions about it, you know, the science, the wormy holes, but my number one question that I just have to know is, what was it like kissing Topher Grace?
Wait, that's your question?
Were his lips just like satin pillows the way I've always imagined?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, come on now, Jay Che. Be real with me, Steingard. Those are the nicknames I call you, even though we've never met before. Tell me about the smooch!
Okay. So, you know that feeling like when you're a little girl and all your hopes and dreams still feel real, like you can almost just reach out and touch them?
100% yes.
Okay. Multiply that by 10 billion to the point that all the time and matter becomes secondary to a single moment, which you now realize is time and is eternity.
Wow. I gotta say, thought it'd be better. Thought it would be better. You might not be describing it good enough, but it's all right.
Yeah, maybe that's it. All right, here are the nominees for Best Male Lead.
Best Male Lead. Andre Benjamin, Jimmy, All Is By My Side.
And I should be like you, do exactly what you're doing, huh? You really want to change things? When the power of love takes over the love of power, that's when things will change.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Nightcrawler.
When I say that I want these things, I mean that I want them, and I don't want to have to ask again.
Michael Keaton, Birdman.
This is my chance to finally do some work that actually means something. None of this costs you anything. This play cost me everything.
John Lithgow, Love is Strange.
I have wondered what you've been doing with your 3 nights without me.
That's not for me, Ben.
I'm sorry I can't say the same to you, George. But at least I've always been honest with you.
David Oyelowo, Selma.
If you believe all are created equal, come to Selma. Join us. Join our march against injustice and inhumanity.
And the Spirit Award goes to Michael Keaton.
Thank you. Wow, it is a bird. Look, this award season is unbelievable, and there are an awful lot of picture taking of one, and interviews, and talking, and discussion, and you're all very aware of this. I think we'd all be remiss if we didn't take a moment and thank Narcissus right now. He doesn't get enough of a shout out, in my opinion. And that award, the mirror thing, is just genius. Anyway, this has really been fun, honestly, to tell you the truth. And I've got to thank everybody over at that table, like Sean and Rachel and Marnie and Nancy and Arnon and New Regency and Fox Searchlight are unbelievable. They're just tremendous, and I'm really hoping I don't forget anyone. That my cast, Alejandro's cast, the crew, the camera operators, everybody. It was really, this is an extraordinary thing, and I'm sure people are sick of hearing me talk about it. I'm sure people are sick of hearing me talk about anything, frankly. All right. Well then, so I'll tell you this. First of all, that opening, the Birdman opening thing that Fred did and Kristen did was really funny. Really, 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 really funny. And these guys are really funny. And this is a really fun award show. And I looked over at Alejandro when they were showing it, and he was laughing, but I saw him thinking, ooh, man, I may have miscast my movie. I may have made a mistake and cast Fred. When I met Alejandro to talk about this movie, he explained how he wanted to make it. And he said, I'm going to do it like this, and how do you work, and what's your process? And I intend to shoot it all in one long shot over the course of 37 years. And I thought, come on now. And that's been done, first of all. And I thought it was indulgent. He's so fun to be around, and so unbelievably imaginative, and such an artist. And everyone in this group who made this movie, Chivo, and everyone who jumped in and had the guts to try something that is, for my money, man, I'm sorry, this is bold cinema. This is a game changer. And I am really, 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 really fortunate and blessed to be part of something this bold. And that's the only word I can think of right now. And I'm unbelievably grateful for this. And this is a really fun award show. So thank you very, very, very much. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
The biggest award of the night is next as Cate Blanchett awards the year's Best Independent Film live when the 30th Film Independent Spirit Awards continues.
The Piaget Producers Award, which we featured earlier in the show, every year gives out a grant to a $25,000 grant given to emerging producers of independent film, and I would like to introduce this year's recipient, Chris Olsen.
Thank you. I want to thank Piaget and Film Independent for this fantastic grant and award, and more than anyone else, I want to thank my partners, David and Nathan Zellner, that I made Kimiko the Treasure Hunter with. I thank you guys for taking me on this wonderful ride. And I want to thank the folks at the Sundance Institute and the Sundance Film Festival who were incredible in helping shepherd David, Nathan, and I along with this film. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome last year's Spirit Award winner for Best Female Lead, Cate Blanchett.
There are 5 exceptional independent films nominated for Best Feature. Each, in their own way, do what all great films do. They illuminate what it means to be human. They examine our lives unfolding, our responsibility to our families, the quest for equality and freedom, and our desire for greatness, and our drive to create something of value to leave behind. So here are the nominees for Best Feature. Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Boyhood. Love is Strange. Selma. And Whiplash. And the Spirit Award goes to Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Well, it's an honor. It's truly an honor to receive this award more than anything, because I think all of us here in this room and all these filmmakers, all these films, honestly, even when probably we are not aware, as many animals in nature, we are threatened to become a species in extinction. And I think that all these films, differently from many others in a way, all of us share something that all of them born from a need to be expressed, to something to say, an individual expression. And the way I see it is, I think cinema has these two natures, which is the physical nature, which is absolutely interdependent, but the independent come from the spirit, and independent come from the only condition to be free from any subordinate or objective of make money only. And I think all these films were an act of love, and I feel so proud. I'm so emotional to be here tonight with you, really. And anyway, so many great filmmakers, so many friends. I started making films not so long, but it's only 15 years, but it seems long. All of us has now gray hair. Anyway, to share this with all the people, because honestly, directing is not more than reproduce or produce or create. It's just to vibrate in consonance with souls and pick things and people that really can make with you something extraordinary. And I think I was lucky enough to work with all the people in Birdman. I don't know how to start, but I will say that this film will not be this film without Michael Keaton. Really, I think I have to say that. Where is Michael? Mike. Well, he's Birdman. He fly there. I really have to say that the phenomenal cast: Edward Norton, Jack Xanakalafinfanakis, Emma Stone, Naomi Watts, Amy Ryan, and Andrea Risebauer. I think all the cast was a phenomenal thing. I have to recognize too my partners, co-writers, crazy people, Nicolás Giacobone, Armando Bo, and Alexander Dinelaris, my fellow partner producers, John Lesher, James Kochtopol, and obviously my brother, Mr. Chivo Lubezki, the genius of light, Antonio Sanchez, Martin Hernandez, anyway, so many people, Stephen Mirione, the editor, that it was more than 2 edits, I can guarantee you that. And then, honestly, as somebody was saying here, it's true, well, Patricia said that it's true that, in a way, film festivals and art houses and this kind of award is when we can get together to celebrate a cinema that is being forgotten, and obviously distributors too are part of that force that we are basically here today. And I want to really express my thankfulness to Brad Weston, to Arnold Milchen, and all the people from New Regency, and to Stephen Gelula, Nancy Utlin, Claudia Lewis, and all the people of Fox Searchlight that really, they have really worked so hard to make this film here. Really thankful. Thank you very much. And finally, I want to thank my wife, Mariladia, my daughter, Mariladia, and Eliseo that is watching, I don't know where, maybe with friends having some tequilas, but I love you very much. And thank you all for this. Thank you very much.
Okay, everybody, I know that we all want to leave, but let's not. Let's
Could
just
we
hang
not?
out. Let's just sit down. Let's look at each other
Just for friendship,
and
you know?
talk to each other. Come up and say hi to us. No, thank you very much for everything. We really appreciate
We
it.
did have a lot of fun today, so thank you for
Thank you,
letting
and
us
good
do
night.
it.
Film Independent would like to thank its premier sponsors. Official luxury watch and jewelry partner, Piaget. Piaget, perfection in life. Official automotive partner, the Lincoln Motor Company. Lincoln is a proud supporter of independent film. Official financial services partner, Bank of America. Bank of America, life's better when we're connected. Official beer sponsor, Heineken. Heineken, open your world. Official airlines partner, American Airlines. American Airlines, the entertainment industry's preferred airline. Our broadcaster, IFC. IFC, always on, slightly off. And a special thanks to T-Mobile, LensCrafters, Sauza 901 Tequila, Breyer's Gelato Indulgences, Kiehl's since 1851, Fiji Water, Netflix, and Moet and Chandon Champagne. Film Independent's mission is to champion the cause of independent film and support a community of artists who embody diversity, innovation, and uniqueness of vision. Film Independent members vote to decide the winners of the Spirit Awards. Learn more about membership and join at filmindependent.org/membership.